By all means, communicate.
By all means.
By all means, communicate.
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 By all means,
communicate.
By all means, communicate.
A podcast about communication and Jesus.
When I was in high school, my uncle was shampooing the carpets. And the water was disgusting, dirty, dog hair, the full nine. And he told me that if I drank some of this dirty shampoo carpet water, that he would give me $100. And at the time, I believed him. So I drank some of the water, and then I look up, and he had left, and I never received my money. I'm not proud to say this, but I drank dirty shampoo carpet water because I was falsely persuaded.
It used to be that you could get a job out of high school or college and you would have the opportunity to potentially stay in that career for the entirety of your time. But you're seeing more and more jobs being downsized because of machines. And machines can do the work that people used to do, and then that ultimately saves costs. And so you see people losing jobs. It's actually not a new phenomenon. Ever since the Industrial Revolution, there's been growth in the areas of technology, and we're always coming up with ways to be more efficient and faster, and what can machines do to essentially replace individuals. But it seems to be it's occurring more and more rapidly now than it has in the past. But because automation depends on repeatable tasks and things that are programmable responses, there's some skills that are uniquely human and are therefore irreplaceable. And I see interpersonal communication as one of those skills. How can automation build relationships, intuitively inquire and react to needs?
The quality of a strong family is effective management of stress and crisis, basically being able to reframe a situation, because you can't plan for everything in life. And Doyle said something that really impacted me greatly. He talked about after a crisis that you can't prepare for, finding a new normal. You can't have your old life back, but you will find your new normal. And I have an ongoing stressful relationship with a very close family member. It's very complex, it's very nuanced, and I'm not really sure what the outcome will be. But I finally realized that I'll never be able to get my life back with her the way it was. And as sad as that is, that's okay. And I learned that I'm finally ready to accept my new normal, and actually took my notebook from my class into my therapy session. I was like, look at this. I think I'm ready to move on. And it's really difficult. These things don't happen overnight, but this perspective has literally changed my life, and I'm really grateful for it.
I've entered into profound moments where worship, which at least my running definition, is an intentional heart posture in relating with God, not only with who he is, but what he's done, what he's doing, and what he plans to do in my life and the lives of those around me. And so when I think of worship, I think of not just music, not just art, not just dance. I think of worship as tithe. I think of worship as when I listen to someone preach. I think of worship as the time when I'm taking care of the grounds here at NCU. Those are moments of worship where I'm doing something that honors God, that glorifies God, and that ultimately brings me closer to not only looking like him, but also being able to represent his image to the people around me.
I am dating a boy from India, which is one of the countries where skin bleaching products are most profitable in the entire world. And in our relationship, one of the first conflicts we had was about the idea of skin bleaching products. And for me, I had a very strong initial reaction to him telling me that he used to use bleaching products on his skin, because for me, with the place that I've grown up and the knowledge that I have about about these products and what goes into them and the ideas that they perpetuate, it's really easy for me to see it as something that is very obviously negative and detrimental to both a person's physical and mental health. But as we were discussing it and I was trying to explain the reasons that I was against it, it became very clear that not all those reasons were as important or as valid to him. And he sort of, by the end of the conversation, just ended up saying, okay, well, I promise I won't use any bleaching creams anymore. But I could sort of tell he didn't seem super genuine about it. And I had a strong feeling that it was going to be a recurring issue and that this definitely wasn't the last time we were going to discuss it.
When you are actively listening to people, the best thing to do is to not turn the story back on yourself, which sounds incredibly obvious, but you would be surprised at how quickly we do that because we want to make others feel as if we understand them and we want to relate to others. We think that will make them feel more comfortable. However, one of the things that we learned through our listening course was to just listen, not share your experience that is somewhat similar, not try and change the story back to yourself, not try and say, oh, well, when that happened to me, I did this. Because oftentimes people just want to be listened to. And so kind of in the years following that listening course, there was many opportunities I had to walk through life with some of my small group girls, and I was able to disciple those girls. And I was so quickly able to learn how helpful it was to simply listen.
All this and more on Season 2 of By All Means Communicate. New episodes start appearing Monday, August 26th.